Hi, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to discuss season of isolation. Yes, I've been in my season of isolation since maybe like October of 2022. I think that's when like I had kind of like a spiritual awakening. I was like seeing like a whole bunch of numbers and stuff. It was just kind of weird, but that's not what I'm here to discuss. I'm here to discuss what you go through when you are in a season of isolation and what I went through. So, where do I begin? I had to reflect a lot on myself. Things that I wasn't so proud of, things I didn't notice about myself. So God had to isolate me so I could say to myself to learn more about who I am and what I want and what I and who I am. Um, but yes, it was just to self-reflect on past traumas as well, traumas that I thought I healed from but didn't. Um, and along the way, I've met a lot of beautiful people, but I also did lose a lot of people in my life as well. I wouldn't say I lost anybody because you don't really lose anyone. I kind of just, I would say they were an experience, a beautiful experience. I had beautiful friends, beautiful people in my life that made me who I am today. Um, but I wasn't so happy and proud of who I was and what I stood for. So I decided to isolate myself from individuals that I felt didn't feed my soul and my spirit. I was functioning from my ego, so there were lots of friendships that I was in where it was like, what can I get from them? What can they get from me? It wasn't based off like true friendship, like, oh, like I care for you and like I love you and I appreciate you. Not like, oh, what can I get from her? What does she have that I don't? So I had to start from scratch. Um, I just wanted to have a clean start with everything in my life. It's like it was really weird. It's like a light switched off, a light switched on into my brain, and was like, wait, this is not where you belong. This is not where you were supposed to be. So I had to change my whole life, and I wanted it to be based on truth and dignity, respect, peace, happiness, all of those good things. And that takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of accountability. That takes a lot of sacrifice, which I was willing to do and I'm still willing to do. I know that I started this YouTube when I first started my spiritual journey, and I wanted to help other people along the way, but I do understand now that we are all on a separate path. So not everyone could relate to what I was going through, which I completely understand now. But I just wanted to let people know like what I was experiencing, what I was facing, and how I was dealing with it, and how I think it would help. And that's why I want to bring you guys along in my journey, because I know I'm not alone, and I know there are multiple other people that are on their season of isolation. So I just wanted to tell my story and my part of what I experienced and how it's been going. Also, with a season of isolation, you get to become closer with your spirit and your soul. I didn't know that there was another way. It was kind of like it was like a fog. Like I didn't know that there was such an immense feeling of abundance, of like limitless possibilities. And if I had knew that, I would have done things differently in my life. But because I had experienced so many hardships And like, just like life was just kicking me back to back. I just felt like I was functioning in a place of lack. Like, oh, this person hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt them. Or it was just kind of just like a negative state of mind, a negative mindset. So I had to change that about myself as well. And how I view other people, I felt like very attacked most of the time. Like, people were always after me. And there were just so many things that I had to heal within myself that I'm continuing in healing. But it's not an easy journey, and I want other people to know that it's worth it. Going through self-reflection and self-healing and self-love is completely worth it, because then you don't have to search outwards for it. You'll always have happiness and peace within yourself. You don't need to go looking for anything. You won't have to go and like go get the next iPhone to feel happy. Like, you'll just feel happy within yourself. And yeah, this is Reina, if you can't see her. My little sister. She's like minding her own business, which I love. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's what self isolation and a season of isolation is, um, and what it's about. The perks is having discernment and having self love, which no one could ever teach you. The perks of self isolation is knowing who you truly are and what you truly want out of life. And I feel like that's a beautiful gift that no one could ever give to you. Is it hard? Is it painful? Yes, because there are lots of realizations that you're going to have to take account for. The things that you experienced were experienced because of the way you reacted. It was because of the place that you put yourself in. It is all a reflection of you versus you. So then you know that no one can deter you from where you are supposed to be or where you're supposed to go. No one can tell you who you are. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and I advise multiple people to go into a season of isolation, or just isolate yourself from things that don't align with you anymore. I used to go out and smoke hookah like every weekend. I used to go partying, go out to eat every weekend. I used to smoke. I used to drink a lot. I don't do those things anymore. I wanted a different lifestyle for myself, so I decided to change that. I tried to change it completely. Like, I tried to align myself with things that I do want for my life. So instead of smoking, I now do breath work. I now meditate. Instead of going out every weekend, I now do yoga or work out. Instead of doing anything else that doesn't align with where I want to be and what I want to do for my life, I put a different option into what I do want in my life. But also, when you are in a season of isolation, number one, speak life unto your life, because there will be times where you feel like it is the end of the world, like, because you'll have lots of revelations of things that you put yourself in, like, and you're gonna be so upset at yourself and feel like you're not, the world hates you and everybody hates you, and like you're the worst person in the world, but you're not. It's just a reflection of what you need to fix within yourself. So that's why I say number one is to speak life on your life. What you say comes to life. So I would always, if I was feeling I didn't want to sit too long in a feeling of lack. So what I did was, I didn't want to sit too long in a feeling of lack. So what I did was, I would write down lots of affirmations to tell myself, like, I am enough, I am strong, I am beautiful. Like, I wouldn't stay in such a negative condescending energy. You have to give yourself room to grow. You have to give yourself room to evolve. And you cannot shame yourself into growth. You cannot shame yourself into expansion. There's just no, it's not possible. There's no way. So I would advise anyone that's going through a season of isolation to speak life on your life. You can only love yourself. You can only love yourself to grow. And that's the only way to, that's literally the only way to it. I mean, you can't shame yourself into abundance, because God is not going to give you that. The Most High, the higher power, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't work like that. Because we need to make mistakes in order to grow. We need to experience lows in order to reach the highs. So don't stay in that feeling too long. Don't stay in that resentment and feeling guilt for too long. That's really all that I wanted to come and tell you guys, and tips and tricks that helped me during my season of isolation. Now that it is now 2024, guys, I am ecstatic. I am so excited to see where my life is headed. Like, I had to just start from scratch, and I know that, you see the wind is the wind just picked up. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited to see and experience different things in my life now. I'm now open to experiencing different, having different experiences, and fully being myself, fully accepting who I am, and having people accept who I am as well. That's just an amazing feeling to have people that actually truly care about your soul, you know, in your spirit instead of your ego. You are what you attract. So I really wanted to change that whole concept of myself, so I could have people around me that actually function from their higher self. I wanted to be in my higher self, to be surrounded by people who function from their higher self as well. But yes, I want to experience the world. I want to eat different foods. I want to meet different people. The world is so broad. The world is so vast. And there's just no limit as to what and who I could become and who I will be. And I want to take you guys along on my journey. And please like and subscribe. It is a beautiful family here. I love you guys for watching up until this point. And let's go. Let's see where we headed. Let's see where we're headed. Let's go.